Holy pinholes.
Yeah, dude.
Whoa.
So today, boys and girls, we're going to be installing the door holder opener pin. We don't have the special tool to smash it down, to mushroom it, to keep itself in place. So we grind them down a little bit and then we weld it in place. Here we go. Good enough. You insert into a hole, pin it. Put it in the hole and carefully tap it in. It's not going in. Well, the hammer ain't doing it. It keeps kicking the pin sideways, so I'm gonna grab a C-clamp and go. Got the C-clamp. Here's the one that's used to paint
Mischief maker.
rock sliders.
Rock sliders.
Perfect.
Welder.
Now I'll grab the welder.
Welding. Welder up.
Here we go. You'll be seeing sparks and flashes.
No bueno.
It helps if I turn it on. Now we go. Pretty full. Okay, we'll get the other one all installed. The door holder opener pins are now installed. Now we'll keep moving on. Here's something you guys probably haven't seen. Tie sanding. All we're trying to do is get rid of all the shininess so that way the paint will actually stick and not try to flake off. I got it all scuffed up. Now I got to blow it off, pre-clean it, and make sure that I got all the spots. Well, we got all the jammed out places scuffed. Now we're gonna get it carried over to the paint booth so tomorrow probably can get it jammed. Here we go. That motor's making some like alien noises.
It's in motor's toes.
We're getting closer and closer.
All right, home stretch. We got just this little part right here on the top this end, and then we'll be done with this door and everything will be jammed out.
All right, me and Dinner here Saturday morning. We got the doors, fenders, and hood in the booth to jam. Got them all masked up, prepped out, ready to go. So we'll get the cabin here separate. It's all ready for Robby, and he'll come in here and he'll get it painted.
All right, so we're getting back on Aiden's truck. I got back from my 8-day adventure. One thing that Dinner noticed, this cab didn't have a third brake light. There was no holes here. So we've had to cut out this piece out of the donor cab from the service bed. We put it up here and we mirror matched it. We got some square holes, got all the factory holes back in it, just like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in the booth. We're gonna get all the parts jammed besides this cab. We're gonna get them all wax and greased, get them blow tack and static, then we're gonna be painting it. So I've got Dinner here with me tonight.
What's up, guys?
So he's gonna be slinging the camera for us. We got a lot of stuff to do. It is Sunday night. I've got a lot of stuff I gotta get done because me and Pablo, my painter, we're gonna be heading to LA to the training facility for PPG. You're gonna see a little bit of that. You're gonna see the guys really coming through this week, getting stuff ready for me for when I get back. It's moving along nicely. So we've got Salty Gears Off-Road. I believe they've got the frame back from Kevin, Powder Extreme Coatings. He powder coated the frame, powder coated all the suspension parts, and Salty Gears is gonna get that all assembled so that when we get it back, it's a rolling frame. All we gotta do is put all our stuff back on it. All the stuff. One thing we are gonna do, you guys are gonna wanna stick around for, we're gonna be bringing Aiden in. He's gonna be helping on some of the stuff and be a part of painting this truck. So he'll have a little bit more appreciation for it. Not that he doesn't, but if you put sweat equity into it, you're gonna appreciate something more than if it's just handed to you. So that'll be pretty cool to teach him a few things. And so we're just getting this all waxed and greased. As soon as we get it all dried up, blow tack and static it, seal it, and base coat and clear coat.
Wax on, wax off.
We'll go mix the sealer, spray the base, clear it, go back and wait. You know the drill. There's a lot of waiting. That's why they always say they're waiting on paint to dry. All right, so we've got the sealer poured in the cup. Basically covers up all of the stuff underneath and it encapsulates it so that you can put your base coat and clear coat over top of it and nothing bleeds through and you don't see any of the stuff that might be in the old paint job. Kind of ties it in and locks it down. All right, we got it all blow tack and static. Time to seal this. All right, we got that all sealed up. We're gonna let this flash for 15 minutes while we hurry in and mix up some enviro base. We're gonna come in and get this all based out red. We gotta let all the water evaporate. So we'll use our temperature gun. This thing is gonna look awesome. I know these are just the jams, but we're trying to make them look as good as possible. So this truck just stands out. Boom, bullseye. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm taking and I'm mixing a bunch of different colors. They're called toners, and it'll make the exact red that we need for Aiden's truck. So I'll just get that mixed up, get it in a cup. Let's get in there and get this based out. Got the first coat of base down. We're gonna let this flash off. I'll go mix some more, come back in, get it all based up, get a control coat on everything. Then I'll bring you guys back in and show you the first coat of clear. The way water works is I gotta go start up some blowers, get some air movement in this booth because water evaporates with air movement, not with heat or temperature. Whoa, the brand new gallon got everywhere. We've got the blowers running on the base. Once all the water evaporates, we'll check it with the temperature gun. We want to make sure that it's uniformly tempered, whatever it's called, all the way through everything. That means it's up to temperature, all the water's out. If there's a cool spot, there's still water in it. And what I'm doing is I'm checking the hard to get areas, corners. You can see the temperature is 76.5 degrees. So I'm just checking the panel. We got 0.2 variation, so it's dry. 77.5, this is all staying consistent. So what I'm looking for is like a fluctuation in temperature by like 3 or 4 degrees. If it's a lot lower, there's still water in this and it needs to evaporate out. But because it's consistent, we're dry. Now that everything's all dry, we're gonna blow tack and sand at this. We're gonna get it clear. All right, we got the first coat of clear on. Looks about like the first coat of clear should. We'll let this flash off for about 10 to 15 minutes, come back in, put our second coat on, show you guys what it looks like when it's done. All right, so we got 2 coats of VC 5700 Glamour Clear on all the parts. They're jammed. This is looking sweet. I know it's not a show truck. This is gonna be something Aiden can be super proud of when he's older. Show it off, go out and have fun with it, not worry, and it should clean up nice. Perfecto, Picasso, I like it. Super late, me and dinner are beat. It's 12:25 a.m. We're gonna head home. We're out of here.
We're exhausted. It's time to go home.
Dinner says it looks glossy. So I'm gonna take that as an approval. It is tomorrow.
Hey guys, it's dinner with you. I'm out here working on this Yukon. I gotta get the dash out and the brake booster off so I can get the different brackets for the for this style of steering column, because in the 91 cab, they're different. That's the dash I have to pull out. It's mainly most of the way. And then the booster and all that. We're gonna get that pulled out and then I'll show you inside what I gotta do in there. All right, so now I'm back inside. Hillbilly he got most of the sanding. I mean, you can still see a little bit of guide coat there. So we still have to re-guide coat it and DA it with 600 so it gets rid of all the 320 scratches. It's getting there. If you look at the steering column, it's the wrong bracketry for that year of truck. The boot's different on the firewall, so we got to fix that. We had to put that bracket on. That's got to be cut. Just a little bit of modifications we got to do before we can paint it. So we're gonna work on that.
And did you show them what we noticed the other day, that it did not have the combo third brake cargo lamp? And Dinner actually fabricate. He got the template.
I had a little bit of help with another cab.
Got those holes drilled and everything perfect. Not even a 16th off.
I wonder where Robby's at.
All right, so we made it to California. We are in Ontario. We're getting ready. We're gonna go get some breakfast. Then we're headed over to the PPG Training Center where we're gonna spend the next 2 days in class. Back to school. So there's a reason it's so important to continue your education in the collision industry, because every single day something changes. So we like to stay on the up and up, and we're gonna go to a paint class and get a refresher and get recertified so that we can paint cars really good. We are currently transitioning from solvent-based paint to waterborne paint. It is a much friendlier paint for the environment. So on the first day of the training, we sat in the classroom for about 3 or 4 hours and we went over how to mix it and how to apply it correctly. We suited up with all our PPE and we headed into the shop. First, we had to sand the front ends of an S10, the hood, and both fenders. So once we had them in the paint booth, we were able to tack them off, seal them, base them, and clear coat them. That took about half the day and then the class was over. So day 2 was all about spot repairs. So we're just checking the color. We were able to make a repair, sand it all down, do some priming, sand our primer, blow it all off and clean it, get it back in the booth, and then we were taught how to correctly blend enviro-based paint. After the tests, we were all certified and it was time to head home. I wonder what the guys are doing at the shop.
I can't remember if I showed that last night, but I got that dash out, got the firewall cut out. So now let's go inside and show you all the other stuff that we got back onto the cap. All right, so here's the dash that I pulled out. So we got to pull all that out of it. We got to strip that and pull it out of Aiden's truck. All right, so we're at the cab. The bracket right here on the ground is the one we pulled out of it. That was the wrong one. That was for this steering column. So we had to put this one in and that plate for that steering column. So we had to make it fit the newer style steering column because this is a 91 cap. Hopefully it'll all work now. Couple other things that we're doing and then hopefully we'll be able to paint it tomorrow night. Man, look at all this work. The shop's busy.
All right, so just like that, I'm back from California. The guys have been hard at work, standing right next to me. Hard at work while I've been gone. So we're gonna get this put in the booth, we're gonna get it finished masking it up, and I'm gonna get in there and get it sprayed. So the goal is to have this thing sprayed tonight, so tomorrow we can put the doors on it, get the fenders on it, and hopefully start prepping the outside. I went to California, got my training, now I'm all trained up and professional again, and we're gonna paint this. Yeehaw! As soon as we get the frame and everything back, we'll have this cab ready, just lower it right back down on it. Once we get the motor back, then we'll get it all put together. So we're making progress. All right, so we're just getting up some Etch Primer mix. We're gonna go in, blow tack and static that truck, get all the bare metal, 2 medium coats of this etch, seal it, and then while it's sitting for the 30 minutes, we're gonna be mixing the maroon base coat. We're using PPG Enviro Base, their waterborne base coat. It's what we went down and got trained on this week. So now we're experts. So this is called Wash Primer. It's a bare metal etch primer. It's a 2K product. So it's gonna bite into the metal, and then our sealer is gonna bite into this. Because our sealer doesn't go directly to metal. So you have to have a chemical that will adhere to the metal, that the sealer can adhere to that. It's called a chemical bond. So it's time to get this thing blow, tack, and static. We're gonna blow it, tack it off, and control the static with our stat gun. We've got the etch primer all put down. We're gonna let that sit for 15 minutes. We're gonna go mix up our sealer and then get back in there, get that thing sealed, because it's gotta sit for 30 minutes before we can base coat the sealer. All right, it's time to get these parts all sealed up. All right, we got it all sealed up. Now the timer starts. We got 30 minutes. All right, we're gonna get this maroon all mixed up. Get out there, shoot this base. We gotta hustle. You know what time it is? Time to blow, tack, and static.
Let's go!
That is smooth. All right, so we got the first coat of base put down. So we're gonna let this all dehydrate, get all the water out of it. Instead of a solvent reducer, it has a water-based reducer. So the water all has to evaporate out of the base coat in order for us to put a second coat on. So we're gonna turn our blowers on. It's gonna be like a typhoon in here. We're gonna let all the water come out of it, evaporate, and then we're putting on a second coat. We'll bring you back in for a clear coat. I ended up putting 3 coats of base and a control coat over top of it because it's got metallic in it. Got it looking good. We're gonna blow, tack, and stat it. Then we're gonna lay down that clear. right, so we got the first coat of clear down. It's looking okay. Definitely needs a second coat. Got a few little chunkies in the roof, but we'll buff those out for him. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. So we're gonna go wait 15 minutes, come back in, get a second coat. We'll show you guys when it's done. This turned out awesome. Aiden is gonna be so excited to see this. We're gonna have to show this truck because it is too good not to let you guys see it. So we'll get with Aiden once it's done. We'll take it to some car shows. We'll let you guys come and check it out. Let him show it off because this is gonna be something to be proud of. This truck is turning out maroonazing. Amazing. I'm not a maroon guy. Me and Dinner were just talking about it, but this maroon looks so good. It's got some depth. The gloss to it is just amazing. I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. We're headed home because it's late, just like always. Flew home from California this morning, come right to work, get a lot of stuff done, but it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, so it is tomorrow. Oh wait, it is tomorrow. All right, so since we got the cab all painted up, next step is we've got to get these doors installed. But before we can do that, we've got to get it all unmasked. We're gonna bolt the fenders up and start getting this thing ready to where we can paint it. We've got to put all brand new bushings and pins and all that stuff in the doors. We've got a few things we got to do. We'll get these all unmasked. We'll bring the cab around. We'll get the cab unmasked, and then we're gonna hang the doors.
Yay! One step closer to being done.
So we mask off the outside. That way when we go to prep it, we don't have to sand off all the base coat and clear coat. Jamming is where we paint the inside of the component that we're gonna bolt on because we can't access the inside once it's bolted up. So we jam it out, hang it, and then we mask off the inside and we paint the outside. All right, we have some bad news. We're having some issues with getting parts on the motor. So we were supposed to have it back in 5 days. It's gonna be another month. But luckily, we're super slow and we don't get things done quick because bodywork takes time. So we're gonna have everything painted and ready so that when the motor shows up, we can just put it in the frame and then we'll bolt the body and everything back on the frame and the truck will be done. It's coming along good. Actually, not even an issue.
What are you doing?
Looking for pins and bushings, and I do believe they're in this box. So there's pins, clips for the pins, 2 bushings.
What are you guys doing?
Robby. Trying to find her bushing for the door.
That's a bumper.
We can just
We got all these parts there.
Let's grab it.
got a window. Put that somewhere. All right, so we ran into a little issue. So we ordered all GM bushings and we can only find 2. Lucky for us, Cunningham Machine came through. They sent us a set of custom brass bushings. Now these are a premium bushing that they machine themselves in their little small town mom and pop machine shop in Western Kentucky. So thank you guys for sending these. These are gonna be awesome. They also sent a roller pin, but we've already welded roller pins into ours. We're gonna use those on Big Dinner. So we might need us another set of these bushings. I can already tell that these are going to be sweet. They are actual machined brass. These are awesome.
They look like they're gonna last longer than the other ones, I think.
Now I gotta get me a washer so that I can get this all the way in. So I'm just using my flat build Nipex pliers to suck these bushings in.
All right, we're gonna get the cab pushed over to the mechanic shop so we can hang the doors.
I hold silver away!
New cab, meet old cab.
So we've got the bushings and the brand new doors. Dinner brought the cab around, so we're gonna get the bushings put in the pillar side of these hinges, and then we're gonna get the doors installed. So we got these new brass bushings. Just gonna press them in here like such. What are you doing?
That scared me and I knew it was coming.
To the camera, to the camera. Oh my.
You guys are children.
I jumped.
I scared the camera guy. Or camera lady.
It was her idea. I've got these new bushings right here. I'm gonna use my washer, place this, just gonna gently smash it in. Use my spacer and gently smash it in. So those are properly installed bushings. Expertly installed. It's time for doors. So for some of you that might be wondering why we put 3/4 inch tape around this entire window opening, that's because we want the urethane to stick in the factory location where the urethane was at. We don't want it to go over top of any paint because the paint can delaminate. In the unlikely event of a crash, we don't want this windshield to pop out. We tape it off and we put it direct to metal or directly to the urethane bed that was factory. So we have some new door pins and some keepers straight from GM. We're gonna get this door hung and I'm gonna pound the pins in. Hold it right there. Sometimes lining these pins up can be a bugger, but once they're in, they're in. Everybody hold your positions. Just don't want to hit and scratch anything. All right, so I'm not gonna lie. I've put a lot of OBS Chevy pins and bushings in. These have got to be the most precise bushings I've ever used. So thank you for sending them. It's greatly appreciated. We're gonna have to get the latch installed and the striker, and we're gonna have to actually adjust this. So it has welded on hinges, so the only thing we can do is bend it. I'm not gonna do that right now, but it needs to be done. These are some sweet bushings.
Keep in touch with them and see how long they last.
Yeah, if they last and they're good, we'll get you a set.
Yeah, we'll even try putting a set in my truck too.
We're in. Get the keepers put on. And these doors are installed. Alright, one more keeper. Alright, same thing. This is gonna have to get door barred. So the door is sagging, but I'm putting this rag in here so that it doesn't scratch the paint. But as you can see, this door is just not fitting. It needs to come up. So we're gonna have to install the latch and the striker, and we're gonna have to bend this door up also. For the time being, we're just gonna put the rubbers in and kind of leave it be.
Hey, guess what? I got door seals. All 4 of them.
2 types of sills. One that goes right here, and then the weather strip that goes on the body. So we're just gonna put these on. Yeah, this will be so sweet having brand new sills. This has metal inside of it, so I pinch it so it clamps. Otherwise, when you go to put it on, it'll just slip right back off. All right, then right here, it just connects together. We're definitely gonna have to get some latches in this and get these doors bent so that they're adjusted right. These seals are solid. They're gonna take some time to break them in. I'm not much for red or maroons. This color is sweet.
Paint a Charger.
Well, I don't like it that much.
I don't like it that much.
You said it's sweet.
I mean, it looks good on this one, but
Yeah, looks great for
it can
Aiden.
stay for this one.
I got a joke.
You what?
I got a joke. What did the ocean say to the other ocean?
What did the ocean say to the other ocean? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Nothing, it just waved.
Jesus. I was trying to think of something to do with waving, and I couldn't come up with it.
My mind was blank.
I got a joke for you.
Okay.
What did the buffalo tell his son
Huh.
on the first day of school?
What did he say?
Bison.
Bye, son.
It's more like bison. Bison.
One of the Kangar fans wrote it on a piece of paper and stuck it in with the parts.
See, here at Layton Auto Body, we take your jokes serious. It's not just a joke to us. Well, it is a joke, and we like telling them.
So keep sending them.
All right, so what I'm doing now is just adjusting the striker plate, and then I'll bend the door. So I'm just bringing it up, snugging it, and then I'll take this door. So it's just got to be bent up. Lock it. And you physically have to bend it. This is a GM door adjusting bar. All right, Big Dinner, we're gonna have to use your dinner power. Welcome to an old truck where they don't line up. You pull out on the bottom. Okay, pull pressure, pressure. Good. Woo. Look at that. Almost nice and fitty. It's actually not terrible. It actually feels pretty good, but I'm gonna bring that striker out a little. Okay. The main thing is that it opens and closes. And it's sealing. So, this door is done. So the reason these aren't fitting is this is from a 2000 Tahoe. That door is from a 97 service truck, and the cab's a 91. So, used a lot of parts from a lot of things.
Last year, the square body in the Tahoes and the 4-doors.
Holy pinholes.
Yeah, dude.
Whoa! Yeah, those aren't paintable.
No.
Look at that! Wow! Moon Crater City. We're gonna super bend this. Everybody ready?
Yep.
Let it talk!
It ain't talking.
Who's talking? They're telling me, stop! You're bending me! I think we need a twisty. So we got the top of this door out a little bit, so I'm gonna hurry and adjust that. We're gonna take that striker in slightly, and then it'll be adjusted. Yeah, this one lines up. The only thing you don't line up is those pinholes.
We'll fix them.
All right, we're gonna call that adjusted for now until we can get this thing bolted back down and get all the parts in it. So it's got a little bit of weight to it, but I think that's pretty good.
It might flex the cab when we bolt it.
Yeah, we'll do our final adjustments once this thing is bolted down to the frame. All right, so we just got a brand new shipment of silver hats. If you guys want a cool hat, head over to RobbyLayton.com and get you one. We finally have them back in stock. And our limited edition It's Dinner Time shirts are just about sold out. If you're thinking about getting one of those, head over to the website, get you one. As always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.